She said I made her feel safe. I believed her. I gave up my pension, my house, even my son, for her. And then one morning, she didn't come home. Her toothbrush was gone. My bank account was nearly empty. And I couldn't even remember the last time she said my name. The lights below looked like fallen stars scattered across black silk. I was standing on a rooftop bar somewhere in Sukhumvit, Bangkok. The air was thick and warm, nothing like the cold bite of Oregon winters I'd left behind. Noi was pressed against my side, her small hand wrapped around my arm, her head tilted onto my shoulder. She smelled like jasmine and something sweeter I couldn't name. "You make me feel safe, Paul," she whispered, her accent soft and careful. "I never feel this way before." I looked down at her, 27 years old, beautiful in a way that made my chest hurt. Her eyes caught the city lights and reflected them back like tiny universes. I was 55, retired firefighter, divorced, estranged from my son, and for the first time in 20 years, I felt alive. "I feel safe with you too," I said, and I meant it. She smiled, that slow, quiet smile that made me feel like I was the only man in the world. "You different, Paul. You good man, not like other farang." I kissed the top of her head. The city hummed below us. Taxis honked. Street vendors shouted. Somewhere, a tuk-tuk engine sputtered to life. This was my second chance. This was the life I was supposed to have. I was sure of it. The bartender brought us another round of drinks. Champagne for her. Whiskey for me. She clinked her glass against mine. "To us," she said. "To forever." I repeated the words, believing every syllable. "To forever." I met Noi 3 months before that rooftop night. It was a Tuesday. I remember because Tuesdays back home always felt empty. But here, in a small soy off Sukhumvit, everything felt full. The bar was tiny, dim, with red lights and old rock music playing from a crackling speaker. I wasn't looking for anything. I just wanted a drink and maybe some company. She sat down next to me without asking. "You alone?" she said, her English clear and confident. I nodded. "Me too," she said, and she laughed. Not the fake high-pitched laugh I'd heard from other girls in other bars. This one was real, warm. It pulled me in. "What's your name?" I asked. "Noi. You?" "Paul, Paul," she repeated, testing it on her tongue. "I like, strong name. You strong man?" I smiled. "I used to be. Firefighter. Retired now." Her eyes widened. "Wow. You save people. That very good, you hero." I wasn't a hero. I was just tired. Tired of the rain. Tired of the silence in my house. Tired of my ex-wife's voice in my head telling me I was never enough. But Noi didn't know any of that. And I liked it that way. We talked for hours. She told me about her family in Isan, her mother, her little brother who was still in school. She said she hated working in the bar but had no choice. "I need help my family," she said, her eyes dropping to her drink. "But I want different life. I want study, maybe open business, have good future." I believed every word. She didn't ask me for money that night. She didn't even ask me to buy her a drink. She just sat with me, laughing at my jokes, touching my arm when I said something funny. When the bar closed, she walked me outside. "You come back?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "I'll come back." And I did, every night for 2 weeks. Each time, she was there waiting. She'd light up when I walked in. "Paul." She'd call out, waving me over. "I miss you today." Those words became my lifeline. Someone missed me. Someone wanted to see me. I'd spent 2 years in Oregon with nobody saying my name unless they needed something. Here, Noi said it like it mattered. By the 3rd week, I'd rented an apartment nearby. A small studio, nothing fancy, but it had air conditioning and a view of the street below. Noi started staying over. Not every night, but enough that I started keeping her favorite snacks in the fridge. Pocky sticks. Mango with sticky rice. She'd curl up on my couch and watch Thai dramas on her phone, laughing at scenes I didn't understand. "You want to watch with me?" she'd ask. "I don't know what they're saying," I'd reply. She'd smile. "I translate for you." But she never did. She'd get distracted, or her phone would buzz, and she'd step outside to take a call. "My brother," she'd say when she came back. He need money for book. I'd hand her 1,000 baht. Sometimes too, she'd kiss my cheek and say, "You so good to me, Paul. I lucky." One night, I asked her if she wanted to move in with me. Not the studio, something bigger. She looked at me for a long moment, her face unreadable. "You serious?" she said. "Yeah, I want to take care of you. You shouldn't have to work at that bar anymore." Her eyes filled with tears. Real tears. I saw them. "Paul, you make me so happy," she whispered. "I want this. I want be with you." 2 days later, I signed a lease on a 2-bedroom apartment in Thonglor. It was expensive, 35,000 baht a month, but I had my pension, I had savings. I could afford it. I told myself this was an investment. In us. In our future. The landlady was an older Thai woman who spoke decent English. She looked at me when I signed the papers. "You live with girlfriend?" she asked. "Yes," I said proudly. She smiled, but there was something sad in her eyes. "Be careful, Kun. Bangkok is beautiful city, but also dangerous for heart." I laughed it off. "I'll be fine," I told her. She nodded slowly. "I hope so." She moved in the same week, brought 2 suitcases and a stuffed elephant she said her mother gave her. I bought new furniture, a bed, a couch, a small dining table. She picked out curtains and a rug with pink flowers. She made the place feel like home. "I cook for you tonight," she said one evening, pulling vegetables out of a plastic bag. "Thai food. You like spicy?" "I can handle it," I said. She laughed. "Okay, we see." The food was incredible. Tom yum soup that burned my throat in the best way. Fried rice with pork and Chinese broccoli. She watched me eat, her chin resting on her hand, smiling. "You like?" she asked. "I love it," I said. "You're amazing, Noi." She looked down, shy. "I want make you happy, Paul. You give me so much." That night, lying in bed, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. She was curled against me, her breathing slow and steady. I thought about my son, Josh. I hadn't talked to him in over a year. He was angry with me for leaving his mother. Angry that I'd moved halfway across the world. Maybe one day I'd call him. Maybe one day he'd understand. But right now, I had Noi, and that was enough. In the darkness, I whispered, "I think I'm falling in love with you." She stirred slightly. "What you say," she mumbled. "Nothing," I said. "Go back to sleep." But I meant it. I was falling. Hard. Fast. Without a parachute. Things were good for a while. We traveled to Hua Hin for a weekend. Stayed in a little resort near the beach. She took photos of the sunset, of the food, of us together. But she never posted them. "You don't like taking pictures with me?" I asked one night. "I take picture," she said, holding up her phone. "See, I have many. But you don't post them." She frowned. "Why you care? You want I post?" I just thought, you know, that's what people do. She kissed me. "Paul, you too old for social media. That, for young people. I just want to enjoy time with you." I let it go. We walked along the beach that evening, hand in hand. The water was warm, lapping at our feet. She stopped suddenly and turned to me. "Paul, you think about future?" she asked. "What kind of future?" I said. "Our future. You think we stay together a long time?" My heart jumped. Yeah, I do. I mean, I hope so." She nodded slowly. "Me too. But I need be honest with you." "About what?" She looked out at the ocean. "I can't stay in bar forever. I need do something. Have real job. Real life." "I know," I said. "I want that for you too. Maybe I need your help. To start." "Anything," I said. "Whatever you need." She smiled and squeezed my hand. "You really good man, Paul. I promise I never forget this." At the time, I thought she meant it. I really did. A few weeks later, she told me she wanted to quit the bar for good. "I ready," she said, "but I need money. For start business." "What kind of business?" I asked. "Nail salon," she said, her eyes bright. "I good at nail. I learned from friend. I can make money. Be independent." I thought about it. A nail salon wasn't a bad idea. Bangkok was full of them. And I wanted her to be happy. To feel like she had something of her own. "How much do you need?" I asked. She bit her lip. maybe 200,000 baht, for rent, for equipment, for decoration. That was almost $6,000. A lot of money. But I had it. And I wanted to help her. Okay, I said. Let's do it. She threw her arms around me, laughing, crying. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I promise I make you proud. I held her tight. You already make me proud. That night, she made love to me like she never had before. Intense, desperate, hungry. Afterward, she lay with her head on my chest and whispered, I love you, Paul. It was the first time she'd said it. I felt tears in my eyes. I love you too, I said. So much. I should have known better. I should have questioned why she said it then. Right after I agreed to give her the money. But I didn't. I was too happy to think clearly. I transferred the money the next day. 200,000 baht, straight from my savings account into hers. She said she'd found a location near Ekamai. Showed me a photo on her phone. A small shop front with a pink sign. I never went to see it. She said it wasn't ready yet. Said she was still setting things up. I won't surprise you when it done, she said. Weeks went by. I asked about the salon. She'd smile and say, soon, baby. Almost ready. But there was never any progress. No photos, no updates, just vague promises. You need more money? I asked once. No, she said quickly. I have enough. Just take time. You know, Thailand, everything slow. I nodded, trying to be patient. But doubt was starting to creep in. And then the late nights started. She'd go out, say she was meeting a friend. A girl from the bar. Someone named May. We just have drink, she'd say. I come home soon. But soon turned into midnight. Midnight turned into 2 in the morning. Sometimes she wouldn't come home at all. Where were you? I asked one morning when she finally walked through the door. She looked tired. Her makeup smudged. I tell you, I with May. We go dancing. I drink too much. I sleep at her place. You could have called. My phone die. She said, walking past me to the bedroom. I tired, Paul. I need sleep. I stood there, staring at the closed door. Something felt wrong, but I didn't want to push. I didn't want to be that guy. The jealous, controlling farang who couldn't trust his girlfriend. So I said nothing. I went back to the couch and sat there, staring at the wall. The apartment that had felt so warm just weeks ago suddenly felt cold. Empty. Like I was living with a stranger. One afternoon, I was doing laundry. Noi was out, said she had errands to run. I was folding her clothes when something fell out of her jeans pocket. A bank card, but it wasn't hers. At least, not the one I knew about. The name on it was different. Somchai Wangsuan. A man's name. I stared at it, my hands shaking. Why would she have someone else's bank card? I thought about confronting her. But what would I say? Maybe it was innocent. Maybe it belonged to a relative. Her uncle. Her brother. She'd mentioned her brother before. Maybe this was his. I put the card back in her pocket. Finished the laundry. Tried to forget about it, but I couldn't. That night, when she came home, I asked her about it. Hey, I found a bank card in your pocket. Whose is it? She looked at me, her expression blank. What card? A card with the name Somchai on it. She blinked. Oh, that my uncle card. He asked me withdraw money for him. He old, he no understand, ATM. Your uncle? I said. Yeah, why? You think I do something wrong? Her voice had an edge to it now. Defensive. No, I was just asking. She shook her head. You always asking question, Paul. You always suspicious. You think I bad person. I never said that. You don't need to say. I can feel. She grabbed her bag and headed for the door. I go out. I can't stay here when you like this. Noi, wait, I called after her. But she was already gone. I stood there, my chest tight, my mind racing. Was I being paranoid? Was I pushing her away with my questions? Or was I ignoring what was right in front of me? Then I checked my bank account. It was a Thursday morning. I was transferring money to pay rent when I saw the balance. I stared at the screen, refreshed it, stared again. $28,000. Gone. I went through the transactions, withdrawals, transfers, all in the last 3 months. My stomach dropped. My vision blurred. I felt like I was going to be sick. I walked into the bedroom. Noi was asleep, her phone charging on the nightstand. I sat on the edge of the bed. "Noi," I said quietly. She stirred, mumbled something in Thai. "Noi, wake up." Her eyes opened slowly. "What? Where's the money?" I asked. She blinked at me, confused. "What money?" $28,000, Noi. It's gone." She sat up, rubbing her face. "I use for salon. I tell you this. There's no salon," I said, my voice shaking. "I haven't seen anything. No paperwork, no lease, nothing." Her expression changed, hardened. "You don't trust me? I'm asking you to show me something. Anything." She stood up, grabbed her phone. "You think I lie? You think I steal from you?" "I didn't say that. You think I bar girl. You think I cheat you." Her voice was rising now. "Maybe you just like other farang. You think all Thai girls same." "Noi, that's not what I'm saying." She grabbed her bag. "I need go out. I can't talk to you now." "Where are you going?" I asked, standing up. She didn't answer. Just walked out the door. She didn't come home that night. Or the next. I called her 15 times. Sent her messages. Nothing. On the third day, she finally replied, "I need space. You know, trust me. This no good." I felt my world collapsing. I sat on the floor of the empty apartment, my phone in my hand, and realized I'd lost everything. My money. My dignity. Her. I tried to pull myself together. I told myself I was overreacting, that we just needed to talk, that everything would be okay once we talked. On the fourth day, I got a message from Rick, a British expat I'd met at a coffee shop a few months back. We'd grab beers sometimes. Talk about life in Bangkok. "Mate, I need to tell you something," his message read. "Call me." I called him. "What's going on?" I asked. He sighed. "Look, I don't know how to say this, but I saw Noi yesterday. She was at Siam Paragon, with a guy, Thai guy, young. They were holding hands. Looked pretty close. I felt the air leave my lungs. Are you sure it was her?" "Yeah, mate, I'm sure. I'm really sorry." I hung up. My hands were shaking. My chest felt like it was caving in. I called Noi. She answered on the first ring. "What?" she snapped. "Who's the guy, Noi?" Silence. "Rick saw you, at Siam, holding hands with some Thai guy." She laughed. A short, bitter sound. "Rick, that stupid man, he know nothing." "So you're saying it's not true? Paul, you not my husband. We not marry. I can see friend." "Was he a friend?" I asked, my voice breaking. "Why you care?" "Because I love you," I shouted. "Because I gave you everything." "You give me nothing," she yelled back. "You give me money because you lonely. Because you want young girl make you feel good. You knew what this was. Don't pretend you didn't." The line went dead. I sat there, phone in my hand, my whole body numb. She was right. I did know. Deep down, I always knew. I just didn't want to admit it. I'd convinced myself this was real, that she loved me, that we had a future. But it was never real. It was a transaction, and I was too blind to see it. She came back 4 days later, walked in like nothing happened. "I think we need talk," she said. I looked up at her from the couch. My eyes were red. I hadn't slept in days. "Yeah, we do." She sat down across from me, her face calm, unreadable. "I think we need take break," she said. "A break?" "Yes, I need time. Think about what I want." "What about what I want?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "This not about you, Paul. This about me. My life." I felt something break inside me. "So what, you just want to keep living here while you figure things out?" She shrugged. "Maybe, if that okay." I shook my head. "That's not okay, Noi. That's not how this works." She stood up, her eyes cold. "Then I go. I leave." "Fine," I said, "go." She walked into the bedroom. Came back out with her suitcase, 5 minutes later. She'd packed light, like she'd been planning this. She stopped at the door, looked at me one last time. "I'm sorry, Paul," she said, "but you and me, we too different. This never going work." Then she left. The door clicked shut behind her. I sat there for hours, staring at the space where she'd been standing. The apartment felt massive, empty, like a tomb. 2 weeks passed. I barely left the apartment, barely ate. The fridge still had her snacks. I couldn't throw them away. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, reach for her, and find nothing but cold sheets. I'd check my phone every hour, hoping for a message. Nothing. My son called me one morning. I stared at his name on the screen. Let it ring. What would I even say? That I'd thrown away everything for a woman who never loved me? That I'd ignored his calls for months because I was too wrapped up in a fantasy? The call went to voicemail. He didn't leave a message. Rick texted me a few times. You all right, mate? Let's grab a beer. I didn't reply. I didn't want to see anyone. Didn't want to talk. I just wanted to disappear. One morning, I looked at myself in the mirror. I barely recognized the man staring back. I'd lost weight. My eyes were hollow. My hair was graying faster than before. I looked like a ghost. I thought about leaving Bangkok, going back to Oregon. But what would I go back to? My ex-wife had remarried. My son hated me. My old friends had moved on. There was nothing left for me there. So I stayed. In this empty apartment. In this city that had swallowed me whole. One afternoon, I finally worked up the courage. I texted Noi. Can we talk? Just once. Please. I didn't expect a response. But an hour later, my phone buzzed. Okay. Tomorrow. Coffee shop near BTS Phrom Phong, 3 p.m. I couldn't sleep that night. I rehearsed what I'd say. How I'd ask for closure. How I'd tell her I just wanted to understand. But when morning came, I realized I didn't want closure. I just wanted her back. I showed up early. Ordered a black coffee I didn't drink. My leg bounced under the table. My hands were clammy. She walked in at 3:15. She looked beautiful, radiant, like the weight of me had been lifted off her shoulders. She was wearing a new dress, new earrings. Her hair was done. She looked like she was thriving. And I looked like I was dying. She sat down across from me, ordered an iced latte. How you been? She asked, like we were old friends catching up. Not great, I said. She nodded. I'm sorry, I know won't hurt you. Then why did you? I asked. My voice cracked. She looked at me, her eyes soft but distant. Because I need take care myself, Paul. I can't wait for someone save me. I wanted to save you, I said. I wanted to give you everything. I know. But I don't need save. I need be free. She took a sip of her latte, checked her phone. I felt invisible. So that's it? I said. You just take everything and walk away? She looked at me, her expression hardening. You give me money. I know ask you give. You want give. You want feel good about yourself. That's not fair. Life not fair, Paul. She said. You think I bad person. But I survive. That all I do. Survive. I wanted to argue. To tell her she was wrong. But I couldn't. Because part of me knew she was right. I'd wanted to feel needed. Wanted to feel like a hero. And she'd let me. She finished her latte. Stood up. I need go soon. I have appointment. An appointment, I asked, the word tasting bitter. She leaned down, kissed my cheek. Her lips were soft and cold. Goodbye, Paul. I hope you find someone. Make you happy. Then she walked out. I sat there for another hour. Watching people pass by. Watching the city move on without me. The barista came over. You want another coffee, sir? She asked kindly. I shook my head. No, thank you. I left the coffee shop and walked. I didn't know where I was going. I just walked. I'm still here. In Bangkok. I don't know why. Maybe because going home feels like admitting defeat. Maybe because there's nothing left for me there anyway. I walk a lot now. Through the parks. Along the river. Past the bars where I used to meet her. I see couples everywhere. Older men with younger Thai women. And I wonder how many of them are like me. How many are living in a fantasy, ignoring the signs, believing in something that was never real. The city smells the same, tastes the same, but it feels different, colder, lonelier. I lost almost everything. my retirement fund, my pride, my ability to trust. I lost the relationship with my son. I lost years I'll never get back. But I'm still standing. I don't hate her. I can't. Part of me still misses her laugh, her smell, the way she made me feel like I mattered. But I hate what I let myself believe. I hate that I ignored every red flag, every warning sign, every voice in my head that told me this was too good to be true. Rick checks in on me sometimes, buys me a beer, tells me I'll be okay. You're not the first, mate, he said one night, and you won't be the last. Bangkok eats guys like you for breakfast. I nodded. I knew he was right. The landlady saw me in the hallway last week. You okay, Kunpal? She asked. I forced a smile. I'm okay. She looked at me with those sad eyes again. I tell you, be careful. Bangkok beautiful, but dangerous for heart. You were right, I said. She patted my arm gently. Maybe next time you listen. Maybe, but probably not. This morning, I sat in Lumpini Park, watched the morning walkers, the Tai Chi groups, the old Thai men feeding the fish. The sun was just coming up, soft and golden, and for the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. Not happiness, not hope, just peace. I thought about calling Josh, my son, telling him I'm sorry, that I made a mistake, that I'm ready to try again. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But at least now, I'm alone by choice, not because someone left me. I survived this. I survived her. And that's something. The city hums around me. Taxis honk. Vendors shout. Somewhere, a tuk-tuk engine sputters to life. But this time, I'm not looking for a second chance. I'm not looking for someone to save. I'm just looking for a way forward. One step at a time. Alone, but alive. I pulled out my phone, stared at Josh's number. My thumb hovered over the call button. I took a deep breath, and I pressed it. It rang once, twice, 3 times. Hello? His voice, my son's voice. Josh, I said, my voice shaking. It's Dad. Silence. Then, quietly, hey Dad, I know you're angry. I know I messed up, but I wanted to hear your voice. He was quiet for a moment. Where are you? Bangkok, I said, still. You okay? No, I said honestly, but I'm trying to be. Another pause. I'm glad you called, he said. And just like that, something inside me shifted. The weight didn't disappear, but it got a little lighter. Me too, I said. Me too.